What's going on, guys? You're chilling with Trainer Zavza, and today I've got an OU battle for you against my bud KingQuags, or Corey as he's known in the game. And looking at his team, threats, not everywhere, but I'm definitely going to mention T-Tar for its massive special bulk and Sandstorm. Diggersby, because with its hidden ability Huge Power, hits like a frickin' truck. Heliolisk, which is a very fast Volt Switcher, which has a good amount of power going for it too. And while I wouldn't normally mention this, actually I might mention it, but I have a little insider info that his Delphox is actually choice specs, so that's also something that I need to worry about. And honorable mention goes out to Gourgeist, considering it's so physically bulky. I mean, I think it has like base 100 defenses, or 120, somewhere around there. And considering most of my team is physical, I need to watch out for the Will-O-Wisp. But enough with that, let's get to it. So Quags and I set up this battle on Skype, and we figured, you know, I'm bored, you want to battle? He's like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm going to start off with my Rotom-H. He starts off with his Diggersby, as I go straight for the Scarfed Will-O-Wisp, as he goes for the U-turn, and you know what? No one expects the Scarfed Will-O-Wisp. And he's immediately going to go into his Delphox, which I'm a little afraid of, because I'm pretty sure it specs, I mean, I could be remembering wrong, but I'm almost positive it is. He goes for the Fire Blast, knowing that I'm Scarfed now, and then I'm going to have to switch out. And I go into my Pop Filter, and he does not take it well. Not well at all. But I am able to catch the Diggersby on the switch with a Draco Meteor, and is going to die to its burn, so that's awesome. One big threat out of the way. So he brings in his T-Tar, and I am absolutely terrified of the pursuit, but I know I have to switch out considering I am choice locked. So I go into my Hank the Tank, who can take pretty much anything this T-Tar can dish out, but he's going to double out into his Delphox, I'm guessing predicting that. So I already know I've got a prediction battle here, which means I need to step up my game a bit. I go for the Spiky Shield to predict what kind of move he'll go for. And seeing that it's Fire Blast, I'm going to pull back into my cookies. And he goes for another Fire Blast, it misses. And you're going to see that it might have come into play later, but I don't think it may have. I'll let you make that decision for yourself. Anyway, I predict him to switch out, however he doesn't. I go for the Volt Switch, get him down real low, and down goes my Hank the Tank as fodder, which is unfortunate, but I don't think that I had anything else I wanted to sacrifice. Usually, Hank the Tank is my first fodder. So he switches into his Heliolisk as he knows I'm Scarfed, and I'm going to go for the Volt Switch to knock him out. And I'm free to go into my Oswin, and really, I really wanted to go for the Pursuit here, but I didn't see this thing being a huge issue. So instead, I go for the knockoff on whatever wants to come in. He brings in his Hitmontop, which didn't really help me. I mean, leftovers, getting rid of his leftover recoveries is nice, but I don't know if it was worth not getting damage on the Heliolisk. Anyway, he goes for the close combat as I switch out into Mandibuzz, and it does absolutely nothing. And I'm going to pull a double into my cookies, predicting the switch. However, he goes for the Toxic, and, you know, I'm okay with that, because I'm not going to be staying in too much. So he's going to switch out now into his Tyranitar as I predict this. Well, actually, I don't predict it. I go for the Trick because I predict him to go for maybe a close combat or something, and I knew that getting that Hitmontop Trick would have been awesome. But getting the T-Tar Trick is just as good. And now, considering the set that most of us run in our little group, I'm almost positive that this thing has minus speed investment with like Fire Blast or something, some kind of special coverage move. And I felt safe going for a choice, tricking in my choice Scarf and burning him, knowing that I would still pretty much outspeed. So he pulls back into his Hitmontop again, Intimidate drop, no big deal, because I'm just going to Volt Switch out, giving myself the Switch initiative, and I'm going to go into my Jaws, my Mawile. And you know what? You better be afraid. You're going to get intimidated, son. I'm going to fuck you up. I'm going to fuck you up! Anyway, so he switches into his Gourgeist, and I think now is a great time to go for the Play Rough. And I chose Play Rough instead of like Iron Head because I knew that it would do the most damage, and if he brought this in, I would need to do the most damage. And looking at that hit, if he didn't have the Sand up, I would have been screwed because the Leftovers recovery would have been enough to bring him up to a point where he could Will-O-Wisp me. And without that, with the Sand on working for me this time, I managed to knock out his Gourgeist with a solid 2-hit KO. So thank you, Quags, thank you for the Sand that time. So he pulls back as I go into his Tyranitar, as I go into Mandibuzz, and I am right, he does have Fire Blast as the coverage move, and I'm free to go for a Defog, considering that it's not doing much at all. Now, looking at this damage right here, because he's going to miss, but you guys saw how much it was doing before. It didn't matter that he missed, and you can see that I'm outspeeding, so I can go for the Roost. It's not a big deal. It just means I would have had one more turn to roost. So now he really has no reason to stay in with this T-Tar because my Mandibuzz walls him. So he's going to switch out into his Heliolisk as I try and get off some damage with a Foul Play, considering T-Tar still had pretty good attack stat. And I don't think the burn affects my Foul Play. So it does quite a bit to Heliolisk. I'm going to have to pull back. I go into my cookies as he goes for the Thunderbolt, and here's where that Fire Blast miss came into play. If it did around the same as this like neutral Thunderbolt, then I'm thinking that he could have just gone for 2 Thunderbolts and it wouldn't the first Thunderbolt would have knocked me out, but the whole point was I wanted to switch initiative, and as you can see, he didn't knock himself out to my Thunderbolt. So I go for the U-turn, knock out his Heliolisk. I'm sure I'm giving him the switch initiative, but I want to try and bait out his Delphox out, because right now that is the biggest threat on his team, at least for me. So I take the Fire Blast. I have to sack Mandibuzz, which is unfortunate, but I go into my Pop Filter. He's pulled back, goes into his T-Tar again, and knowing this, I'm going to go for the U-turn and get off some really good damage. So after that, I'm going to go into my Jaws, my Mawile, and, Fire Blast is going to do a bit, but it's not going to KO, so I don't care. And, yeah, like I said, it does a bit, but not KO range. So I go for Power Up Punch, definitely going to knock him out, no question about it. And I get a nice attack boost. So he goes into his Not Unusual. I chose the Power Up Punch because I knew this thing would come in, and here I thought I'd outspeed, but I guess not. I mean, maybe he's running Speed Investment or something, but I know that they usually don't run any, and I do run some Speed Investment, so I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. Anyway, I switch into my Oswin, my Escavalier, go for the Iron Head. As he goes for the close combat, he does not knock me out, but I knock him out. He switches into Delphox, goes for the Psychic for some reason, I'm guessing from my last Pokemon, but does not knock me out. I go for the Pursuit, knock him out, and end the battle. So GG, man, that was a great game. Today's talk of the day, I've got some highlight clips from my LP channel that I think you guys will enjoy. So if you guys have a minute, I would appreciate if you just watch them. You can get an idea of what the episodes are about, and maybe you'll find something that you enjoy.
Oh my god, what is that? Kill it with fire! Kill it with fire! Kill it now!
It's just, it's just an armor set that I made for gathering. Might as well just show you guys anyway. I mean, I'm not going to be using it for today's thing. It's got health plus 50 and Gunnery Master. I don't know what Gunnery Master does, but it's got it. I wanted mainly wanted the health plus 50. You're going monotone.
Alright. Sorry guys, I'm getting a little bit, I've drank a bit. Big surprise! Alright.
I remember this now.
Yeah, you remember this guy?
Yeah.
Oh god. 2 more stages, 6 more fails?
2 more stages, 12 more fails.
Okay.
No, take my bananas. Oh, not again. No!
Don't go chasing waterfalls. It's like, hey, don't take life too fast.
Smash that guy. And also, bonk.
Wow,
What the fuck?
She just critted him like a champion. She does like no damage to everybody else, and I've never had her do any damage to anybody. You actually get a decent, a funny ability with her that's called Healer.
What the fuck? Alright, I think I can start throwing Pokeballs.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't have my snag thing!
Ooh.
God damn it! This whole time, we've been searching for Mirby. I don't have my snag machine.
This.
Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! That's it for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Be sure to check out the artists that make these videos possible, guys. Also, like and subscribe if you happen to like the video. Or if you'd like some help recording your X and Y battles, shoot me a PM on YouTube or Skype, and I'll get back to you.